Hello. It's a very late, well, very late for me, actually. Actually, I'm gonna do this real quick. Because, your girl surprisingly slept in. I slept into 8:30. It felt great. Hi, Miss Princess. Your mom's on my lap. You can sleep, like, next to me. Yeah, your mom's on my lap. And Miss Loki doesn't often sleep with me. Because you guys are around me all the time. Yeah, and that's your mom. She's on my lap. So don't bully her out of it. She said you can sleep next to me. Okay, they need fire, fire. Ba, ba, ba.
Ready for trial.
Ready? Oh shit, I forgot. I still have her as Geo. Guess I'll bring her in. No.
Want me to come along?
Yes. I love you. Start. Oh my god, I just remembered my dream that I had before I woke up. Like, for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason they're like, did you want a spider on your head? And I was like, I mean, let me see the options. And,
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Boom!
I'm getting hit. Like always, party without healer. Obviously. Who needs a healer?
Into the wind!
Da, do, da. Anyway, so they're like, you want a spider in your hair? And I was like, good luck for a gold book. Bestie. It's probably most likely not gonna happen. I'm not really expecting a gold book. Ah! Oh, I hate those stupid things.
One with wind and cloud!
Yeah, oh my god, I keep getting distracted. So they're like, do you want a spider? I'm like, let me see the options. Let me see the options. And yay! See, who needs a healer when you can just DPS your way through? And so, like, they showed me the first option, which was like the spider, and when it was showing my reflection, I was like a cat for some reason. And like the spider was on my head, and they were like, it's like, it could be incognito, it's like small or whatever. And I'm like, I mean, he's cute. Agree. And then I'm like, okay, what's the other option? And oh my god, oh, I could like feel it right now. They're like, we could have this larger option. And homie was huge, and I could like still feel him on my head. And like he was, oh my god, he was so big, the spider. And I was like, fuck that. I don't know why I had this dream. Well, I think I do. I was watching some TikToks about the camel spider. The camel desert spider, and and it was showing another like desert spider as well that was super fucking big. I hate it. Okay. Alright. So I guess I'll go back to this again. I mean, okay, I'll try. Hold on. Let me clear my eyeball. My eyeball's a little watery, and I don't want to. Are you a fool? Oh, yes, I do have a slight phobia. Literally, last time I saw a spider, I had turned around and I looked into my shower, and I saw one coming down on his little web, and I immediately screamed. And homie obviously probably heard the vibrations of my scream and tried to crawl back out, and I'm like, no. I'm like, you're not getting away, bitch. I'm like, you ain't getting away. I killed it. Like, my phobia isn't that strong enough that I can't kill it. I can kill it. Yes, princess. I always wonder if you guys can hear my cats in the background. Then you ran? No, I didn't. Because, you know, I get the fight or flight, and I am a flightless bird. So thankfully, with spiders, I scream and am like, ugh, but I can kill them. I just have to have, like, obviously something to grab so I can kill them with. Now, the only time I run is for wasps and bees. I I wouldn't say I don't have a phobia, but like it's a lot of adrenaline that I'm feeling when one comes into my house. And like if it was up to me, I would just lock myself in a room and let it fly around my house. But I have cats, and I can't have them dying from a sting. So I have to kill it. But like I'm so afraid of getting stung. So like I have to like pep talk myself into killing a wasp or a bee. Unless it's bumblebees. I haven't had a bumblebee come into my house, but bumblebees I don't kill because literally bumblebees, they will avoid stinging because they will die if they sting you. If they, you know, use their stinger. So like they will avoid stinging. Bumblebees are pretty harmless. So I'll be around bumblebees. But even though like sometimes like obviously their flying still sounds like a bee and a wasp. So like I do get triggered a little when I hear a bumblebee. But I'm not as afraid of bumblebees. So yeah, I have to pep talk myself into killing wasps and bees if they're in my house. But like I have to do it for my children. And the whole entire time, like I'm like, you got this, you got this. And then once I hit, I scream and run. Just in case I didn't directly hit it. It's so fun. Okay, let's see. I don't know. Hold on, let me change my traveler to Dendro. Resident Dendro. Oh, Loki, are you the cutest? Wow, that's up close and personal with the traveler. Oh, you need Dendro, so you got him. To help with that fire. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. Because last time I did it, it frustrated me to no fucking end. Deep breaths, I got this. I hate this. Because I hate the fact that it's timed. Don't time me.
Motion to compel.
Oh my god, see what I mean? Oh my god. Immune, shut the fuck up, bitch. Oh, do not play that shit with me. Ah! Oh my god, get out of the way! I fucking hate those things so much.
Fine.
Is it fine? Do not dodge me! You goddamn bitch.
Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
Incinerate.
Hard. Your shit. Oh my god, no. Do not fucking run. Do not fucking run.
The law has loopholes.
The wind's rosy.
Let me resurrect Renfei. Yenfei. Homegirl clearly does not know how to survive. Poor Yinfei. That bitch followed me over. I tried to fake run. Ah, let me get out! No! Oh, he does like not give me even a fucking second to run, Yinfei. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill these people.
Into the wind.
Stop jumping!
Adorn my night.
Hold on. You know what we're gonna fucking do? You know what we're gonna fucking do? Heal Razor real quick. I don't have a shield thing. Okay. No! Oh my God! I swear to fucking God.
Motion to compel. Keep within the law.
I'm angry! This is why I don't like to do this level. Deep breaths, Kaylee. Deep breaths. Get out of the fucking way!
Spring forth. Incinerate.
No, oh my God, stop it, stop it, stop it! Are you kidding me? How did you die? How?
Propagate.
Bitch! There's a mark! This is why I don't like it. Are you kidding me? I can't resurrect Yinfei. I can't even heal Razor. I'm tired of y'all shit!
As one with wind and cloud.
No, get out of the fucking way, you goddamn bitch! Oh my God, face me on equal level! Oh my God, stop trying to hit me, you goddamn bitch! Oh, but Razor can't because he's almost gonna die!
That hurts.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
One with nature.
You face me like a fucking...
So many.
Are you kidding me?
regrets.
He's dead!
Breathe.
Oh. Don't think about it. Don't stop. Let me kill. Oh, this is why I don't like this level. What did I tell you? I know. And I hate it. This is why I don't do that level. We're leaving domain. That was, oh my God, my... You guys suck. I gotta go heal. My eyes are twitching like crazy right now because I got too passionately bad. Yeah, well, for that, probably, most likely. But, like, I'm not worried about getting the gold one. I just wanted to try, because, you know, it's been a minute. My eyes, hold on. Whew, okay. Alright. Most likely, but, as I said, I really don't need the gold one, because I could just upgrade the material. gonna go back. Just wait, what? What do you mean by just wait? I'm waiting. For all character configuring it. Well, I don't really need the food for this one, since this is the easier one. By the way, I just learned that my world level isn't at its max.
Into the wind. Fine.
You gotta be kidding. It's trying to really trigger me! Stop it with your shit. Stop it, don't do it. Oh, get out of the way. Whoa. No, don't. I'm like, don't walk away.
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Into the wind.
No, oh my god. Oh, he's dead. Okay, good. Down for the count. No. I'm just doing the challenge again. I feel like I was gonna say something. Huh. Woo.
Motion to compel.
So for who is good? Ah, run. I don't know. I just like to gather materials.
The wind knows me.
So I don't do it too often. Forgotten. Character need this way. I don't know. I'm just doing it. Just for fun. Oh, poor baby. Nope. No, get out of the way. Don't run away from me.
One with nature. It's fine.
It's fine. I'm glad it's fine. Because I know I haven't been farming as much, so like some of my materials are low. Because I've been focusing on like the story quest. So. Okay. Gonna hit my characters again. Alright. I need to get my expedition reward. Whee!
Add Astra.
Add Astra Abastask. Take that, thank you. Let me put you there again. Ah! Alright, now we will start. Oh shit. Got 3 days left of this. Make a total of 50 wishes. I'm not, because I'm saving it for the next god. Even though low-key I was thinking about maybe pulling one time for him. You know. And then I have all of those freaking saved up. Alright, now finally character quests. Oh, there's a big machine going down my road. Oh, they may be mowing the ditch. Okay, so since we're in Sumeru once more, let's pull out some characters. So you say for the next banner? Not even the next banner, hold on. I think if I did pull for, because like I was planning on saving up to the point the next god is, which is most likely will be the release of Fontaine when they release Farzan? No, that's Farzan. I don't know what the god's name for Fontaine is. I mean, technically there's two. But I was planning on saving up my wishes all the way to up to that point. But like they mentioned, I think Kazuha will be in the second part banner for the next update. And I do love Kazuha. So like I'm low-key tempted to like try pulling for him again. I don't know. What was I looking up? Can anyone take my Saturday, Sunday shift? I don't have childcare. Oh. What was I doing? I don't remember what I was looking on my phone for. I thought you love. I do. I love my most beautiful Kazuha. But like, I told myself I'd wait for a god because I don't have a god on my team. I don't know, but I'm like pretty sure I may be oh, I know I'm guaranteed my next 5-star banner character. But I think I've done 70 something pulls so far since my last 5-star. So, cause homeboy, this bitch, he's cute, love him. But I was trying to get Sino. Okay, where are you? Okay, there you are.
I promise to keep you safe.
Good.
I applied for vacation. You remember too, right?
This had better be important.
I mean, he's not technically Sumeru, but he's not technically Inazuma either. Just want to get my Sumeru characters out so I can walk around in them. Yeah, I'll just stick with him. Alright, let's go to the Dehya quest. Dehya.
Paimon's trying to remember. What else did we put on our shopping list?
Yep, that's the story quest I'm doing right now.
Oh, what a mouth-watering smell. Paimon would know the aroma of biryani anywhere. Let's go get some. We can still add it to the list.
Well, if it isn't the traveler
How do I
and
feel
Paimon.
today?
Wasn't expecting
decent.
to see you here.
Your heart? Oh.
Hello there. Oh, it's been quite a while.
For when I see her.
So you two are still hanging out together.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm good.
didn't you say
I'm
last
good.
time that
If
you were
she
gonna head
if she
back
makes
to the
any,
desert?
you know, comments that makes my
I
heart
said I was going to
flutter.
resign from being her
I'll let you know.
bodyguard. Not that our
She's so
friendship was
pretty,
over.
though.
We're still the best of friends.
I just
The
skip out on
Homiyanis
her
also
banner.
still post jobs from time to time. Their pay is always generous,
I
so
think.
me and
Or
the
did I
other
try
mercs
pulling it? I
never
can't
pass them
remember.
up.
No, I think I
I
skipped
told
her
Dehya to just stay at our place when she took one of those
because
jobs
I
a
found
few
out
days
she
ago.
could be pulled on a standard banner,
My
so I
parents were
skipped on her.
delighted. They even said that it always felt like we
Because
were
you're always
missing someone
picking.
whenever Dehya wasn't around.
Yeah, broken heart.
That sounds like something
I
they would say, all right.
got a little
Always so
teary-eyed during the
welcoming.
Bezo quest.
Anyway,
Be
the job is
Bezu?
already taken care
Bezu?
of,
Bezu.
so I was going to head
What
back
is
to the
Bezu?
brigade as soon as I
That
finished a
sounds
little
safe.
shopping. But the master kept insisting, and I ended up staying for another day.
You
Oh.
can stay for as many days as you want, Dehya. Father hasn't even gotten around to treating you to
Oh.
his best dishes yet.
The story. Oh shit.
You know I'm not the kind of
I
person
just
to
realized
stay
that
put in one place like
this
that,
story
my
quest
lady.
takes place during the
Don't
time
worry,
that
though.
she's
There'll
still
always be next
working
time.
underneath her.
She said they'll treat you to the best dishes. Paimon
I'm
can't
sure
believe
someone's
you
gonna
can
be
still
underneath
refuse
someone.
that.
Guarantee.
But wait, didn't you say
I
last
bet
time
they
that you
had
would
a
take me on
little
a trip to the
thing.
desert? Why don't you just take me with you today, when you leave? There are so many places I still haven't visited yet.
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's still a few things I need to take care of back at the brigade. Besides, the desert hasn't exactly been the most peaceful place
No, that's
lately.
sort of weird that they didn't require you
Come
to
on.
do this quest
Not this
before they did
again.
the
That's also
Archon
what you
quest
said
where
last
she
time and the time before that.
stops being her.
I know, I'm sorry. Just give me some more time.
Yeah, at least
And
you
I
can see.
promise I'll plan
You
the
can use
best trip
child.
ever for you.
Yeah, true.
All right, fine. To be perfectly honest, it's not that I wanted to go, it's more like I feel like something is off about you lately. Ever since you first set foot on the estate a few days ago, you've been acting anxious and even paranoid. Have you been
Wow.
delaying our trip because you've run into some kind of trouble?
Nah, are you kidding? You're worrying too much.
Would you swear on that? Friends shouldn't lie to each other, you know. I wouldn't pry any further if you're willing to swear on what you just said. But if something really is bothering you, then just tell me. You know I'll help you however I can.
Oh, looks like Dunyarzad was onto something.
You're too perceptive, my lady. Seems I can't hide anything from you. I just thought that nothing good could come out of telling you about the messy happenings of mercenaries. Knowing too much only leads to more trouble. Mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where Mora reigns supreme. Everything operates on a completely different set of rules.
That doesn't change anything about what I just said, though. We're still friends, and I can only support you if I understand what's bothering you.
My lady, you're not gonna stop until you drag it out of me, are ya? All right, I'll share what I know. Let's go somewhere else first. This isn't exactly the best place for a discussion. Okay, let's talk here. Just try not to draw any extra attention. As you may already know, the Eremites have both a lot of mercenaries and a complex organizational structure. Many mercs are no different than me, just going around looking for jobs to earn some mora. My brigade is called the Blazing Beasts. We're not a large group, but every member is loyal and brave. However, not all Eremite brigades are like mine. Some are willing to cross all kinds of lines for the sake of mora. The most notorious is a faction known as Deshret's Relics.
Deshret's Relics? Judging from the name, they must really look up to...
Yep, you got it. I've heard that you've already crossed paths with Ain al-Akmar. They're one of the groups under the Relic's banner.
Oh, you mean the group that tried to sell us the Divine Knowledge Capsule? Yeah, they weren't friendly at all.
Deshret's Relics is composed of many smaller brigades like Ain al-Akmar. The Relic's headquarters issues orders to all brigades under his control. On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, though, the brigade that's stirring up trouble now is none other than Dakan al-Akmar.
Dakan?
I think it means beard or something. Believe me, it's a really stupid name. I found it insufferable for years. Anyway, the real issue is that Dakan al-Akmar is led by my father, Kusela.
Say what now?
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety now. But what did they do?
I won't go into details, my lady, but they've been involved in a lot of violent incidents. We're talking hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yep. The scenes tend to be quite gruesome, too. They strip the victims of all their valuables before murdering them. Not only have they targeted merchant caravans and ordinary citizens, but other mercenary brigades as well.
That's beyond terrible. They won't even spare their own kind.
I don't know how Deshret's relic sees it. All I do know is that Dakan al-Akmar has become more and more aggressive over the last few years. If I don't do something about them, then even my brigade or the people of Aru village could become their next target. I just wish I knew what's driven him to do this.
Yeah. How can your father do such terrible things?
I don't know. People change. He's always been pretty pathetic. But at least in the past, there were still a few lines that he wouldn't cross.
That's setting the bar pretty low.
I mean, if he was even remotely decent, then why would I have to leave the brigade and cut all ties with him? He was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful, he spent most of his time drinking and chasing after women. Of course, the other brigade members were just like him. Their ruckus would go on night after night.
People change. I agree.
Sounds like
Oh
a
shit! Someone's
nightmare.
calling me.
What about your mother? Did she ever step in to stop them?
Missouri. I don't know.
Unfortunately, I never knew my
Some
mother.
people not.
No. I'm sorry, Dehya. I didn't know.
It's all right, my lady. That's pretty common in mercenary circles. Didn't I mention that my father was chasing after women? I was the result of one of those encounters with some random person. He told me that he wasn't sure who my mother was. And in any case, she never came to see me. He'd say, "You'll be fine as long as you remember to stick with Dad." But even then,
I was
he left
supporting you
most of the
with Party
parenting
Now
to the
Healer,
brigade.
100%.
The one thing I do
Thank you.
remember is that he used to tell me stories. But the problem was that
her
he
father
had terrible
would like she was
taste.
just dropped off as
He
a
only knew a
baby
few
without the dad
stories,
seeing
and
the
even
mom,
those
and he was
tended to
just
be pretty
accepted that this
stale.
was his kid.
They were tales of desert warriors defeating dragons in the forest, or stories of mercenaries rescuing princesses from rebel
I
armies.
hope you have enough stuff.
Sounds like your typical fairy tale.
Why would you say that? Now I'm gonna go
More or
look it up on
less,
YouTube.
yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or second time
Dehya's
around,
story quest.
but after
'Cause
about 20
apparently
repeats,
I'm
it
about to get my
started
shit
get a little
wrecked.
dull. He seemed to think those stories were the best things ever, though. He was so into them that he'd call the whole brigade over and make them perform the whole thing as a play. Even the toys he gave me would all be story props. I'd get helmets, shields, and toy swords. It was only much later when I realized that the shows were more for him than they ever were for me.
So this is more of like a
What an
battle story, so I
interesting
can't have like
guy.
cool characters. Cool characters I could just
Yeah,
I
I've
have to
always
battle
found him
with.
pretty childish. But that was something I could just shrug off. I had no reason to despise him. Until I grew up and learned the true face of Deshret's relics for myself.
Dun, dun,
Looting,
dun.
blackmail, violence, and fraud. They not only accepted such heinous acts, they would even openly boast about them. No one in the brigade was any kind of hero. Instead, my father and his cronies were more like the bad guys that needed to be taken down. Did they really think that as long as they didn't do any of that stuff right in front of me, I would never know?
I think I can understand your feelings. The difference between perception and reality must have hit hard.
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady. It's all water under the bridge to me now. I had a huge argument with my father and left that
So
place
she
behind
has
for good.
daddy issues.
I'm not investigating
And
them due to
mommy
any bitter
issues.
feelings I still have towards my father. I just want to protect those that are close to me.
You just want to find out why they suddenly started causing so much more
Yeah,
trouble.
I told the boys to gather as much information as they could. Most of the reports concern violent incidents, but there's also some talk of smuggling.
I see.
Hey,
But isn't
just
this
because you have a
investigation
dad doesn't
incredibly
mean you can't
dangerous?
have daddy
It
issues.
is, but every mercenary lives life on the edge. It's a lifestyle that I enjoy.
That may be true, but it'll be impossible for those who care about you not to worry.
Well, now you get why I didn't want to share any of this with you.
Oh, poor
What
Dehya.
should we do? They both have valid concerns.
I'll go back to the desert with Dehya. Yeah, you can introduce me to your dad as your girlfriend.
Huh? But there's no need for you to get caught up in this mess, too.
Well, she's super tough, so if she went into the desert with you, then Paimon bets the problem would be solved in no time.
I'm inclined to agree. I'd feel a lot more at ease if you took her along to help.
You can count on me. I'll do my best.
I'll wait for news from you in the city until then. Please, stay safe.
I'm honored that you care so much for me, my lady. All right,
My
then
lady.
let's get moving. Our first stop will be Caravan Rebot, where
She's
we
so
can catch
pretty.
up a
Oh my
bit with my
God.
fellow mercs.
I really hope when I use up, you know, my standard wishes after I wish for the god, that I can get Dehya. I am your mother. You listen to me. Which means, hold on. I need fighting characters because I feel like we're gonna fight. Alright, who we gonna do?
I'll scout ahead.
I'll scout ahead.
This is destiny.
This is destiny.
Need my help as usual?
Should be good. See, I put a healer on my team. You really want one Archon on your... Hold on. Your comic cutout. I do. I would love all of them. I want all of them to be on my account. I think I remember I skipped Raiden's when she last came through, and I think I also skipped
Hey, Dehya, you're back.
Geo
Are
Daddy.
these two friends of yours?
And I've never seen Venti. Never seen Venti's banner pop up. It's a pleasure to meet you. I trust Dehya with my life.
Likewise. There's no need to be so formal with us. We're a pretty casual crew. Anyway, since we've got a newcomer, let me fill you in on what the Khan al-Ahmar's been up to lately. They've become extremely aggressive. Apparently, even their own now have become acceptable targets. They even attack other relics brigades, just the same as any other mercenary brigade.
Mercenary brigade.
Even the most ferocious beasts still protect their own. And it sounds like they've thrown that straight to the wind.
She's so pretty.
That's right. Once they've collected enough loot off the other mercenaries, they sell it off to a different brigade, or turn to merchants on the black market. A portion of their profit is immediately exchanged for more food and weaponry to be used in their next violent operation.
That's terrible!
Yeah,
So terrible.
and it really makes you wonder why they're so desperate for Mora. A few days ago, Isham and I trailed them for a while,
I made sure to
and
took
even
some allergy
disguised
pills so I
ourselves as
wouldn't
merchants
sneeze.
to conduct trade with them.
I mean, I'm
We
sure
were
I'll
able to
still
learn a few
sneeze, but
things
like,
from the exchange. Rather
you know,
than
just in
saying they're out
case.
to plunder and hoard Mora, it'd probably be more accurate to say that they're experiencing an internal power struggle.
Wait, a power struggle?
You heard me right.
Power struggle?
The vast majority of their victims are mercenaries from the other brigades of Deshret's relics. If their only goal was Mora, they could have gone after anybody. The targeted nature of their attacks points to a power struggle between the different brigades within the relics. That's the only plausible explanation we have. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find out anything more specific. It seems they're also trying to keep things under wraps. Oh, one last thing we discovered was that over the past few years, as the Khan al-Ahmar became more and more active, Deshret's relics as a whole became a lot weaker.
They were able to cause so much damage that somehow makes things even more confusing.
It sounds mighty strange to me, too. Harun, you can leave the rest of the investigation to us. Gotta say, though, I didn't expect you to go on a whole undercover mission during the few days I was gone. Sounds like you were really putting your necks on the line, no?
Nah, it was nothing. We're just as concerned about the situation as you are. The Khan al-Ahmar is your father's crew, after all.
What he said. Besides, Dehya, haven't you done more dangerous things than all of us combined? What we did is nothing compared to your experiences.
Yeah. And while they went to talk with Khan al-Ahmar, I took a look at the last camp they attacked. Any survivors of the attack were already long gone. There was nothing of value left in the camp.
Ah, Hisham and Khalaf. You're here, too.
We rushed over as soon as we saw you come into Caravan Rebot. Although this new friend of yours looks a little green behind the ears, I'm sensing a special vibe from
Bitch.
her.
I'm sorry, what? We
Now that
are
know you
the
have a
fucking
capable partner with
traveler.
you, we can also rest easy.
Hey, what about Paimon? Feel anything special?
Oh, you're also planning to tag along with them?
Of course! Paimon is the traveler's most important guide. Wherever she goes, Paimon will follow.
Oh. In that case, then you'd better take care of her too, Dehya.
Don't underestimate Paimon!
Don't worry about her. She may look tiny and helpless, but she's been through just as many battles as the traveler here. Even if she had only survived on sheer luck, then that alone would still make her quite formidable.
Wow.
I had no idea.
Shots fired.
I guess I shouldn't judge by appearances.
Oh, one
Of
other thing,
course.
Dehya. When you're free, why don't you update the deputy about your upcoming schedule? We held another recruitment
Schedule.
event a
I
few
mean,
days ago,
schedule.
but everyone only came to
Sorry.
see the Flame Main.
Tiny and
You weren't
hopeless.
around at the time, so
True.
people were pretty disappointed to
That was
only
a
find
quote
our
from
crew of rough,
Jurassic Park.
unkempt
Or
guys.
Paimon.
The deputy put a lot of effort into the event, but it was basically for nothing. Only a few people chose to stay, and that really got to him.
Sorry to hear that. I'll be sure to bring him some great liquor next time. I left in a hurry and I couldn't make it back in time
Bring
for
her
the event.
some Lakers.
Gotta admit, I can understand their disappointment, though. You're our brigade's main selling point, after all. Now, if only the deputy could figure out a way to bring a few more smoking hot members into our ranks.
Are you kidding me?
Keep dreaming. Remember the last time I invited a couple gals into the brigade? You all just froze up with your mouths gaping like a bunch of scarecrows. The awkward silence and weird
Homie was
expressions
just
left
sexist
quite
just
the
now.
impression on them. They were originally interested in joining us, but after that, they both told me they were too uncomfortable to stick around.
That's why you make
Didn't
your
we agree never
own
bring that up again?
Huh?
girly
Wait, are you
pop.
serious?
Make your
Why
own
have I never heard
brigade
about this?
thing with
I
all
don't think you were
women.
part of the brigade yet.
Are you kidding me? I missed a once-in-a-lifetime moment like that, and you weren't even gonna tell me?
All right. We can tell you about it later. Now's not the time.
Hey, don't you try to change the subject. You and Hisham get your butts over here and tell me everything right now.
Are they always like this?
More or less. There aren't many rules or graces when it comes to mercenaries. We're used to just speaking our minds. If someone starts getting under your skin, you just yell right back at them. And if that doesn't put an end to it, then you just challenge them to a fight. But we also don't tend to take many things too seriously. Being direct and getting it all out of your system as soon
my
as things
God.
come up is better than keeping everything bottled up, never talking about it. That's also why I never spare their feelings when I talk to them. If I want to laugh, I'll laugh. If I'm angry, then I'll unload on them. It's hard to stop once you get used to it. Though, I can never do that when I'm with the Homayanis. Hey, knuckleheads! Can you at least tell me the rest of the intel before you go back to your bickering?
Yeah, you hear her, Holof? Told you we gotta focus on the investigation first. I drew up a map. Right here is the spot. There you'll find the merchant caravan responsible for getting rid of Dehya al-Akhmar's looted goods. All you gotta do is wait and ambush them in the evening. They'll have no idea what hit them.
Perfect. Thanks for that. Be sure to pass my regards to everyone else in the brigade as well.
Will do. You stay safe, Dehya.
Yeah. Let's give a shot on the road. You guys suck. Let's battle some bitches.
This should be the place. Let's find a spot to hide and bide our time. It's gonna come down to a fight one way or another. So let's...
No need to worry. She knows her way around a fight.
Of course I do.
I'm not worried about that. What I meant is that we probably shouldn't go too hard on the enemy. After all, We still need to get information out of him.
Oh, I need to check my Facebook.
Here
Not
they come.
Facebook.
You ready? Let's not give them a
no.
chance to react and end this quickly.
Okay. I guess we could do that. Oh, we get to play as her. Nope. Ah! I didn't mean to. I was gonna like drop mid thing. Oh. Oh my god. Come here. Don't run away. Don't run away. Come on, can you die already?
No more tricks up your sleeve.
This beast, man. I can't see. I can't see. I mean, I can see, but it won't let me move.
You won this one.
You won this one, bitch.
I'll be back.
You're
the Flame Bane.
the
Good.
flame maid.
That saves me an introduction. All right, time for a little
I wish
talk.
you had Dehya next time.
Are you
instead of
buddies with
Brenda.
Dakana Lockmar
Hopefully.
now? Tell me, what are
I love
they
my
after?
Catwoman.
You know the code of being
Which
a
is one thing
mercenary
that
just like everyone else.
I'm a little sad that I'll be
The
missing
first
out on
rule
the
is
new
to
Cat
never
girl.
divulge key
Because she'll be on the
information
Yay
about our
Miko
employer.
one. And I was
What
thinking
makes you
about
think
maybe
I
also
talk?
pulling for Yay Miko, but then I was like,
That might have worked
I
on an
need
amateur,
to save for
but I
a
know you're
god.
just looking to protect your
Today
reputation.
you can heal yourself.
Think about it, though. What's your
must be nice.
reputation worth if you won't have the other tools you need to succeed in this line of work? Tools like, I don't know, your limbs or eyes? You've got 5 seconds. You might want to think twice about how much your employer's information is worth to you.
Whoa!
So,
I'm not joking around. We can do this the easy way or the painful way.
oh shit.
2 seconds.
Down.
I'll save you the trouble.
She ready. She ready to throw her hands. So I bet you if you don't tell me.
Huh? Are you crazy? He tried to bite off his own tongue. Quick,
Seriously?
search the area for any first aid supplies. I definitely didn't expect him to go that far. Thankfully, the wound wasn't too deep, and he just passed out from the pain.
But why would he be so extreme?
I just wanted to test his mettle. You can get a lot of mercenaries to talk just by threatening them.
Yes, you're the
I didn't expect him to be willing to go through so much
Like
pain
Dehya.
just to deny us some intel.
Well, he's out cold for now.
He's
We
out
could
cold
wait
for
for him to
now.
wake up, but maybe it's not a good idea to interrogate him any further. What should we do?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be a waste of time to interrogate him again after that. He might just hurt himself again if we start asking. There are lots of goods around here. Let's search the area. Maybe we'll be able to find something. I'm really sorry.
Sorry, someone chatted in one of the group chats at work that has their not temporary manager, she's no longer a manager. So we did have a manager. And then we had a SM. And then our original manager went on to a whole bunch of leave of absence, and so our SM became our manager during those times.
Let me
and
take
then
a look.
Our original manager
If this
came
really
back,
is a
and
merchant
he got
caravan,
fired.
they should
And
have
we
a
had our
record of their
SM manager.
transactions.
Who became our
Yep,
store manager.
I see an entry for Dakana Lockmar right here. Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Takriti.
Then our actual
All
manager
familiar
for our
names.
store, a new
Dakana
manager
Lockmar
came
has been
in to
training
learn
for a
underneath
hefty supply
her.
of food, weapons, and medicine. It seems that in the
And
past,
so
they used
the
to receive some
ASM
canned knowledge as well.
manager
This
left for
caravan is
finally
just
to get her
one
own store
link in
after
their
a year of being
logistics
at our
chain.
store.
Once in the rainforest, the caravan will exchange the
And then
looted
this new
goods for
manager is
Mora,
here.
and the
But
funds
like
will then be
homegirl has
passed to a
been
specific
calling out a
person.
lot, and
That
she
person will
ghosted
then
us
pack
for
the
like a
caravan full of
week.
necessary goods, which will then be brought right back to
So
Dakana
our
Lakmar.
district manager.
Wait,
It's been
why is there no Mora value
crazy
recorded
this
for the final
past year.
transaction?
No value?
Yeah.
And then our
Every
shift lead
transaction
got
before
fired
the last
yesterday,
one was
one of
marked
them.
with an exact amount of Mora, but the final one, where they paid for everything to be brought back to the desert,
So
was
our
simply marked as
old
delivered.
ASM just texted the group chat that someone used saying, please delete me from this chat, but you can't delete text messages. The only way for her to do anything about that is if she blocked all of her numbers, because she's at her new store now. So this other girl says me too, because she quit because she told someone a secret, and that someone told multiple people at the store, and so she ended up quitting. I'm just gonna delete this chat because yeah, there's
Perhaps.
I like to
But
call it the
they
Starbucks
couldn't have
lore
known how
now.
much they would make off selling the loot. Do they not care about profit margins at all? Anyway, the next part's the records of the goods themselves. There are a lot of entries. Everything was
Some people are
probably
missing from
sourced
this
from the
chat.
rainforest. Huh?
What's wrong?
Shazamon Homayani?
Homayani? You mean Dunyarzad's family? Could it just be another family with the same last name?
I'd be surprised to find someone with the exact same first and last name. Shazamon Homayani is Dunyarzad's father, and the head of the Homayani family. Just what the heck is going on here?
Calm down, Dehya. Let's analyze the situation first.
I'm sorry.
I sort of checked
You're
out.
right.
I was
I'll
thinking
consider
about
what we
work.
found and not jump to conclusions just yet. But what this piece of
there's a
paper
wasp
confirms
outside
is
my
that the
house.
Homayani
Those
family
fucking
has been
bitches.
providing goods to Dakana Lakmar.
What if the Homayanis have been kept in the dark and don't know they've been trading with Dakana Akmar?
That's a possibility, but if that was the case, why is this caravan specifically named Shazamon as their person of contact? They could have just as easily bought goods such as food and medicine directly from Caravan Rebot or Port Ormos.
Headaches. If Shahazama was actually aware of this, then perhaps he's been supplying the brigade's operations this entire time.
Funding violence and looting. The brigade gets the goods, and he is paid the proceeds from the sale of the loot.
But
Dun dun
why would he
dun.
do something like this? It's not like the Homayanis are in need of money.
I honestly have
You
no
don't
idea.
need to be in money if
I've been to their
you
estate
have
many
greed.
times, and I've never noticed anything suspicious. The only potentially large expenditure I could think of would be the treatment costs for Dunyarzad's Elazar. Maybe they borrowed a lot of Mora in the past, but that's still just a speculation. I don't think the Master would stoop so low to make Mora. You're probably right. I know my lady's personality,
this is
and
weird
she wouldn't
playing this
deliberately keep something like this
story
from us.
quest with the storyline when
What should we do now? All
where
we
we're
found is
at,
just
obviously
another
with
mystery.
finishing the Archon quest, she's no longer in there.
If you ask me, we already have no
played it.
choice but to confront her about this. I'm not worried. It's too early to make a verdict yet. I still have faith in the Homayanis. Let's go find my lady again. We'll tell her everything and see if she's willing to lend us her support. If we're lucky, we can not only figure out the mystery of this paper, but also follow the trail of breadcrumbs to the people responsible at Dakana Lakmar.
Dehya, are you sure this is the best decision? What if instead of getting the help we need, we just end up revealing everything we've discovered to the enemy?
I've considered that possibility. But even still, I want to tell her what we found. I think I owe her that much. She showed genuine concern for me when we first brought up the topic. I can't repay her kindness with doubt and suspicion. That's not how I deal with
Guess
people.
not.
You're right. Paimon wants to trust Dunyarzad too.
Yeah. Let's pay.
Oh yay, we got some training. Hi. Your parents
my lady.
are crooks.
Oh, you're back a lot sooner than I expected. You mustn't have run into any trouble then. Well, how did it go? What did you come up with?
Actually, we're still investigating. It's just that we've discovered something strange.
I see. The clues you found have led you back here, in the city?
Something like that. Yeah.
You all look a little dispirited. Whatever you found must not have been very encouraging after all. Why don't you discuss it with me? Maybe I'll be able to say something to cheer you up?
It's okay, my lady. It's not so much about me being upset with my father or anything like that. How should I put this?
So something is wrong. Even the Traveler and Paimon have been uncharacteristically quiet. On any other day, Paimon would have already waved to me with a smile and shouted, Dunyarzad, we're back! So tell me, what happened?
Well?
My lady, please prepare yourself for what we're going to tell you next. It concerns the Master.
The Master? You mean my father? Okay, I understand. Don't worry about me. I'll listen as attentively as I can. My father has been supplying goods to Dakan al-Akmar?
Yeah, it makes as little sense to us as it does to you. I've never doubted the Master's integrity, so I'm having a real hard time rationalizing how he could ever support an infamous brigade like them. Maybe he's not actually aware of the full story and just stumbled into the deal by accident.
I can't help but agree with the Traveler.
Huh? You mean you feel the same way, Dunyarzad?
Thank you for sharing all this information with me. Since you've told me everything you know, I should also tell you about some doubts that I've been harboring for quite a while. In the past, I thought that my father hired a bodyguard for me so that I wouldn't run away and get lost. However, there are plenty of capable mercenaries in the Corps of 30. Why did my father go out of his way to hire Dehya?
About that. Well, the Homayanis really needed bodyguards, so they reached out to the Blazing Beasts. Later, the Master told me that I was one of the best mercenaries he'd ever seen, and that I should stick around to become one of his bodyguards. He offered me a pile of Mora, so I just signed on.
Well, but that didn't really answer my question. Just think about it. Why did my father specifically reach out to the Blazing Beasts?
Maybe the Corps of 30 just didn't have anyone available, or maybe someone recommended us. I've never given it too much thought. I think I get what you're saying. You'd think none of this was a coincidence.
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seems strange or out of place. But there are many parts of the story that don't actually make any sense. If my father had always been in contact with Dakan al-Akmar, then it would make sense for him to bring Dehya into our house.
You mean the goal all along was to get Dehya to be your bodyguard?
No, that's too much of a stretch. I cut all ties with my father a long time ago. He has no control over my life anymore.
But that still doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has still been trying to influence your life without you knowing.
So, the Master was not likely an innocent victim in all of this?
Sorry we put all of this on you so suddenly, Dunyarzad.
It's okay, Paimon. I should actually be thanking you. Regardless of his reasons, if my father has truly been funding a violent group of mercenaries, then it's my duty to bring him back to reason.
But is that really the right thing to do? My father has committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that he has coming to him. I have zero sympathy for him. You may call me an ungrateful child, but my feelings will remain the same. However, the Homiyani family has treated me with nothing but generosity and kindness. If we decide to investigate this further, we could end up implicating the entire Homiyani family. I would be biting the hand that's fed me over all these years.
Dehya.
It's all right, Dehya. If anyone were to ask, you could always just say that I'm the one who instructed you to get to the bottom of this.
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid of taking responsibility. Besides, you're the one we should all be worried about right now.
Hey, it's still too early to give up hope. What was the thing about friendship again? Right, yeah, trust! You said that yourself, Dehya. Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up before we've confirmed—
Thank you, everyone. That makes a lot of sense. I guess I should always remember the trust that I've placed in people. In which case, my lady, could you ask the Master to come out and have a chat with us?
Sure thing. I also hope he'll be able to give us a logical explanation. Let's meet at the usual place then.
Usual place? Oh, right!
And the plot thickens. Where's the usual place? I'm like, I don't know what her usual place is.
Thank you for coming, sir. Please allow me to introduce these two. This is the Traveler, and next to her is her travel companion, Paimon.
Ah, yes. My daughter has mentioned them from time to time. It's a privilege to finally meet them in person. But we may skip all the pleasantries for now. What is the important matter you wish to discuss with me today?
Well, we wanted to bring this transaction record to your attention. There's something on this record that we're all pretty curious about.
So, that's what you found? Huh. Seems like I can't keep everything from you much longer.
If you wouldn't mind, we'd like an explanation.
Well, it's a long and difficult story. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. What I do know, though, Dehya, is that the truth will bring you no solace. If anything, it will likely cause you a great amount of anguish.
Wait, me?
Yes. I understand perfectly why you came to see me. And I am touched by your collective commitment to do the right thing. But knowledge always comes at a price. And sometimes, as they say, ignorance is bliss. Your father, Kusela, and I both believed that. Of course, you have the right to seek and learn the truth, but I must warn you. The facts of this matter may reduce everything you've built for yourself into sand, blowing in the wind. If you must proceed, then Kusela's heartfelt efforts will also fade into the wind like a fleeting mirage.
His heartfelt efforts? I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not sure I follow. I've made it this far in life without a single drop of my father's support. I have my own ideals and ways of looking at the world, as well as people and causes that I've chosen to cherish and fight for. None of these things have anything to do with him. I came here today to support you as the head of the Homiyani family. No warning will change my stance on that.
I understand. Then let me tell you a little story. Our family once needed to take a trip to the desert when Dunyarzad was just a baby. Along the way, we were attacked by bandits. They had superior numbers and quickly overpowered our bodyguards. When all seemed lost, a group of passerby Eremites lent us their support. Those Eremites were Kusela's brigade, Dekan al-Ahmar. Kusela's men told me that the attackers were Eremite mercenaries, just like themselves. I was shocked. Why would Dehya al-Ahmar go so far to save us and not spare the fellow Eremites? Kusela was grinning and walked over to play with baby Dunyazad. She was startled by his unfamiliar face and nearly started crying.
Really? I never knew.
He said that he had no particular reason to help us. He just took pity on us because he had a daughter about the same age. We started talking about our children, and I sensed that he was a devoted father. To repay his kindness, I hired his brigade to help out at our estate for a time, and offered everyone generous remuneration.
So, that's what happened.
It was many years before I saw him again. I almost didn't recognize him the next time he came knocking on my door. The man I knew to be strong and healthy had been reduced to a shell of himself. He couldn't even walk anymore without his cane.
So, what happened to him? He was perfectly fine when I left the brigade.
I'm not too sure myself. The only thing that didn't change was his cheery disposition. He said there was absolutely nothing to worry about and that he had gotten into a fight. That was all. He then suddenly asked me if Dunyazad, now that she had grown, would need a bodyguard of her own. At the time, Dunyazad was going through a particularly severe bout of her Elazar. There was no need for her to have a bodyguard when she could barely leave the house. But he kept coming back to the topic. Come on, it never hurts to be safe. How do you know a bodyguard won't come in handy one day? I was completely lost at first, until he recommended the Blazing Beasts, and in particular, a mercenary named Dehya.
So he was the one who recommended Dehya to you.
Indeed. He didn't say it out loud, but it was clear that he saw Deshret's relics as an evil group who would eventually corrupt every member in their ranks. He was already beyond redemption, but he hoped that he would be able to detach his daughter from the vicious world of mercenary life. If Dehya could stay in my house and keep working as a bodyguard, then gradually her affinity for the desert would decrease, and she'd be able to leave her previous life behind.
And that's why you offered her such generous compensation?
Yes, but not just because of that. From the moment that he asked me for that favor, I also began to see Dehya as my own daughter. And that's also why I tried to persuade you to stay when you asked for permission to leave. I was willing to spend however much it took. Kusela saved my daughter and I all those years ago in the desert. I could never refuse him entrusting his daughter to me.
He was always like that, acting like he's oh so smart and self-righteous.
Kusela said that he'd reimburse me for a portion of Dehya's fees. I refused to take any mora from him, but he'd always sent me funds anyway. Eventually, I just accepted them as a token of his gratitude. And that went on for a while until I received another letter from him a few years ago. The letter contained a request to help him buy food, weapons, medicine, and even explosive materials.
Wait! Isn't that around the time that Dehya al-Ahmar started becoming more aggressive?
That's right. When I started to hear some nasty rumors, I became wary. I wanted to meet him face to face to discuss things. But by then, he was no longer receptive to my requests to talk. If I had to guess, it's probably because he doesn't want to put Dehya. That thought occurred to me as well. I figured that he probably came to me for help because he had nobody else to turn to. After some deliberation, I decided to send him some food and medicine. I turned down all his requests for explosives and weaponry. I am aware that even such a reduced gesture of support could lead to others coming to harm, but I could not simply reject his plea for help. In the end, it probably was the wrong decision. I plugged my ears to the rumors and just chose a solution that made me feel least guilty.
If you can, please, none of the things all he wants to do.
Oh no. Dehya,
I'm just angry because I can't wrap my head
Sorry, I
around
was
any of his
quiet
actions.
for a while because
Another way? I
he
don't
said
know.
work,
I knew him and he
group
was
chats
nothing more than a
popping
childish,
up.
but I guess
They're
you
trying
do
to
have
set
a
up a new
point.
one.
We haven't uncovered.
I'll do my best to help. Of course, anything between the two of you would need to be resolved between you and him alone. I don't know Kusela's exact whereabouts. However, there's a man on the list named Jawed. He's responsible for supplying weapons and liaison. I've heard that he likes to have a few drinks alone and enjoy the cool wind at night outside the tavern. Maybe you'll be able to find him there.
Understood. Thank you, sir. Then I guess this is bye for now, unless...
I'll stay and be with my father here. To be honest, I'm still a little dazed and haven't finished processing everything quite yet. My father has indeed done something wrong, but if I think about it, I'm also not sure if there was a right way to handle this problem. I feel like our only course of action is to turn everything we know over to the core of 30 and let them render judgment.
Yes. I am prepared to accept whatever verdict they choose. It's time to face my mistakes.
I'm sending a message.
Don't you remember your
There are so
adventure
many
plans,
local
Mary?
specialties in Sumeru. I want to buy more.
Hey, Mr. Romeo. Go look for... There's a tavern on it. Okay. Romeo, what you doing? Look at that booty. It is nighttime. Oh, I thought I was gonna say, wait till night. I'm like, bitch, it is night. Romeo, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Huh?
I know what you've been up to.
Shh. Keep your voice down.
Low
Come with me.
key. I'm gonna
We should take
like
this-
speed run a little. Just a little.
This place should do. All right. Back.
Don't worry about that for now. You know what kind of...
Wait. There's no need to jump the gun.
So what's in it for you, Ann?
Well, I was a little tight on money at the time, and I waited in my mind, and I couldn't find a reason to turn the opportunity down.
Let me tell you how it is. We're investigating Dehya Lakmar, and we're gonna put an end to their operation. If you provide some help...
Hey, what?
Shut it. My patience
Oh.
is running out. You should
She's
know
like,
when
bitch.
All right. They're always on the move. Feel free to go have a look.
Sure.
Hey, come on.
Really?
All right, I get it.
Now that's more like it. Let's move.
Woo!
And as for you,
Ready for
try
some
to
fighting.
stick around the city until we get back. You don't want us to call the folks from the Corps and have them drag you back.
Speed is key. Oh, I forgot that there was. Oh my god, I hope Trapper doesn't die from that.
Seems
height.
like we're in luck. Let's go. We'll finally get to the bottom of this
Yeah, let's
ourselves.
fuck some shit up. Dehya. I will
I'm
get
here
her
to
name
see
right one
Kusela.
day.
Tell him to get out here.
Dehya, why are you here?
Cause she wants to fuck some shit up. Shit. I forgot, how do I get... Okay. I'm like, how do I get to her?
Haven't you all done enough?
Oh, so are you also here to stop us?
Come on.
Stay out of this. It's got nothing to do with you.
Propagate!
Where are you at? Okay. I'm like, I can't see you.
Think you can bully me?
You're dead meat!
Oh. Yeah, fuck him up, bitch. Fuck him up. Where, oh.
Let's get it on! Scatter!
Get back into my circle. He looks like
She's so
They
strong.
do. They put their head in there at the
Enough
same.
fighting. We all know each other, and I don't just bring Kusela. Did you understand
He's not
a
there.
single word I just said?
All right, everyone, let's all just calm. Dehya. He died.
What?
A long time ago.
What?
Seems like you've been out of the loop for a while. Guess that's for the best, though. At least, that's what the old man wanted.
When did he die? What happened to him?
Her dad died?
A few years ago, Kusela broke up Dakan al-Ahmar
No.
and went to the Deshret's Relics headquarters by himself.
So is that when you guys started acting up?
We would prefer to call it taking revenge. Every last person in Deshret's Relics must pay in blood for what they did.
So that's why they turned on each other. It was all motivated by
Let me start from the beginning. Dehya, do you know how the head of the relics maintained order internally?
Overwhelming strength and unquestionable authority?
Those were a part of it, yes. But just those on their own weren't enough. They had another tool at their disposal. They called it a person's record. Regardless of whether they joined by their own will or were coerced, every person in Deshret's relics were forced to leave a record of themselves at headquarters, whether it be their deepest sin, some unforgivable act, or their most immoral exploit. The record served both as a symbol of loyalty and the perfect material for blackmail.
So you mean... I thought there was no escaping the
That's
record.
precisely it. Every one of us have a record. Me, Bashar, Tikriti, and all the boys who grew up with Dehya and ended up joining our ranks. But you, Dehya, you were never asked to provide a record, were you?
I never even knew this was a requirement.
You were probably the only person in all of Deshret's relics who didn't know about it.
Ever since you were born, Boss had been trying to shield you from this organization's sinister rules. Not only that, but he also banned all of us from committing any nefarious acts. He said he'd take care of the dues we had to pay regularly to headquarters. But in the end, he was just an ordinary person. He was forced to go to headquarters again and again to account for missed dues and incomplete records. He'd come up with all...
We all knew he was doing that for you. He wanted to get you out of this world, no matter what it took.
And that's why he became a shell of himself and couldn't walk without a cane.
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense. I didn't know about any of this, and I'd never seen him get injured or beaten.
Because you were too young at the time. How would you ever tell between wounds from a beating and wounds from battle? When you left home after that final argument with him, he seemed to age by a decade overnight. Even his hair went gray.
So, even the blazing beasts were...
Yep. It was all his doing. Had he not arranged them to come to you, you probably would have been reduced to a pulp before you ever left the desert.
A few years ago, Boss said he needed to make another trip to headquarters. He was already pretty weak then, and we all assumed he was going to get beaten again. I suggested that he hand the role of leadership over to me, but he said there was no longer any need, since the Khan al-Ahmar would soon be no more. His words made no sense to me. But that night, we heard that a massive fire tore through headquarters and razed everyone's records to ash.
Everyone gained their freedom that night. Many members fled, not just from our ranks, but from the other brigades as well. But how could we leave with a clear conscience? All of us who knew exactly what had happened.
The boss can't have just died for nothing. Those heartless jerks at headquarters took him from us.
From that point on, the sole purpose of Dakan al-Ahmar became revenge. The big fire that boss started was quite a blow to headquarters' strength. It's given us the opportunity to launch our attack. Even though we're outnumbered, we vowed to see our revenge through to the very end.
But Deshret's relics haven't been the only victims of your revenge.
There were people from headquarters who changed their names and went into hiding. Some fled, but we won't let any of them escape our wrath. They'll all pay for what they've done.
Okay, but
We've
Bestie, what
suffered
if they
plenty
were
of
also
losses as
corrosive
well.
to being there?
To keep going, we need an enormous amount of supplies. All we can do is exchange our loot from Mora, and then use that to get supplies. We forged Boss's handwriting and sent out many letters to his former friends. But we were also able to attract many mercenaries who shared our goal. We've endured unspeakable pain to win many impossible battles. Deshret's relics have become weaker and weaker, and now we finally...
I mean,
Paimon
it's
doesn't know
not
what to
a
say
bad
anymore.
cause. Responding to violence with more violence will only cause more pain. Do you have any idea the amount of damage you've done?
We do know right from wrong, but we were sinners from the very beginning. We do not deserve the freedom that the boss won for us with his life. Boss always loved his old-fashioned hero stories. Those tales about sacrificing yourself to save the world. We used to always laugh at him for it. But in the end, he really went and lived those stories out himself. As for me, I never considered myself a hero. We're all the lowest of the low. We have no right to even imagine such an existence. But maybe those hero stories he liked foreshadowed everything that was to come. The spirit of the hero touched all those he had saved, and more people joined his cause. Maybe we were all just acting along with the play in the beginning. But as we acted the parts and recited the lines, we were drawn in. And now, we want to see the story through to the end. I'm sorry, Dehya. I know you always found us insufferable ever since you were young. Just think of this as a madman ranting.
I'll go with you.
Huh? Dehya?
I grew up with these guys, and all I know is... Furthermore, I know you don't want to get involved in this, so there's no need for you to tag along.
I just realized I was on mute. Let's go fuck some shit up.
Thank you.
I bet Boss would...
Considering all the loss...
He can think whatever he... But the fact is...
Homegirl, like, your dad died. You should probably take some time. Yeah, things I can... Cause I'm sure this would... I will have to fight them again next time. Love how they're all sitting around. Mood. Wow. I'm like, their headquarters are pretty far away. Okay, good. Am I supposed to be in this direction? I don't
Is
know.
this the entrance?
Oh.
We sure didn't run into much trouble on the way here.
Should be. I don't think...
Ooh. Close to the end. Can we already... I mean, they will be our fires. So I think I'm just gonna keep this team.
Wow. Paimon didn't expect...
They should all be holed up in here.
Who cares? We'll round up.
Still, we should be careful. Even if they've only got one
I
shot
fought
left,
through
it could
many
still
situations
take
like
us
this
out.
before.
Yeah. We'll know with their Deshret's relics
Facts.
may have been a force to be reckoned with
Should
before.
I?
But their name.
Oh, I have my healer.
They
I
don't
was
stand a
like,
chance
should I
with you
have
here.
made food?
I'll take the lead. They've been
to heal. Can I like help? Okay, I'm like, can you? Oh shit, they're already fighting. Shit! Get him, Dehya. Whatever your name is. Joe.
Propagate!
That did not work.
I'll be back. Buckle up!
Regret.
Oh,
Gloves
there's
off.
more. Bitch, yeah, fuck with me. Fuck with me. Anyone else? Jesus Christ, there's more people.
Fate is upon you. Look at you, Booztown. Spring forth.
Activate his thing, here we are.
Look alive!
Don't fuck with Dehya. Goddamn bitch.
Buckle up! You're dead meat!
There's more. How many freaking more?
Written in the stars!
Pew pew.
You won this one.
Did I?
This way, follow me.
I guess I
We're
did.
almost there.
Fuck him up, Terry.
Wait, they went charging ahead without checking for any trap.
Yeah, that's stupid of him.
Hey, you guys okay?
It seems like we just got trapped.
Watch out, the enemy's coming from ahead.
Well, now that things have come to this, see.
Don't worry about us. We knew something like this could happen. Let's go. We can't let the boss step.
Let's check if there's another
Yeah.
way. The sooner we can make it through to help.
Let's see.
Yeah, puzzle work. Love.
I think I see a way through over there, but it's being.
Okay, let's.
We got this, bestie. We do this all the time. Certain chest. Doesn't appear to be so. Just the height. Oh, on that side. race. Change color.
Let's get it on! Propagate!
Let's get it on, let's get it. Let's get it.
Delve into destiny! Yeah!
Are you kidding me? I'm like, why are you... Woo! Not bad, not bad.
Another mechanism like the one before, but this one's being blocked off in the middle.
We just need to adjust it a little.
Okay, let's see. So rotate. Rotate. Alright, so that needs to go lower. Excuse me, let me squeeze them through. Come on.
Look alive! Ha! Scatter! Ha! Ha! Germinate!
Shake it and stir it. Sayonara,
Decided by destiny!
Decided by destiny.
You asked for it! Let's get it on! Hi! Ha!
Bitch. Oh, it's easier to fight these things when you have her. Woo, got two. Come on. Oops. I want you to get a little closer.
I'm a rock.
Why are there so many of these things?
Buckle up! Written in the stars! Shadows of fate! Gloves off!
Closer to you. Get him, get him, get him. Exquisite chest. Alright, more. Alright, race. Race. Change color. Change color. Change color. Ooh, pretty.
I wasn't expecting anyone to make it through, but as a desert dweller, I suppose we should be used to our folks defying all expectations.
Don't waste your breath. You have
Run. I witnessed even now, the greatest should never live to remember their fall.
So you want to go out in a blaze of glory?
Let us draw our weapon. They are but two, while we...
Okay. Okay, bud.
Charge! Eliminate them!
Fight back the remaining members. Okay. Come on, someone face off! Stop backing up like a little wuss!
Can't handle your drink. Huh, Pete? Spring forth!
I'll take my
Let's get it on!
Come on, bitch.
You asked for it.
I'll be back. I don't think that you won. We're just getting started.
We're just getting started. Happy to oblige.
That'll be done.
You got this, girlie.
Let's end this now. Now you're testing my patience. Let's end this now. We'll meet again.
How? King Deshret will not abandon any one of his followers.
Look at you, Spoontail, on the rock.
Now you're testing my patience.
You're getting sick of this game. I'm getting sick of this game. Holy shit.
You ain't messing around.
Shut your eyes.
You can bully me, pew pew.
Come on.
We'll meet again.
You're dead meat.
How? Brothers! With me. This is where we prove our faith.
Do you all just want to die?
None of us plan to leave this place alive! Lord of Sin, your sacrifice is ready.
Let's get it on!
Written in the stars. Delved into destiny.
On the rock.
Gloves off!
Stretch your wings and raise a storm!
But we'll meet again.
Ha ha ha. That's how you do it, bitch.
The commander has finally fallen.
But they're still coming at us. This place is like a gladiator's ring. They just...
Yes! Keep fighting! There's no need...
When the next wave comes, try to draw away their attacks. I'm going to see if I can take out that high platform.
Okay. Oh, there's a besties. Woo, besties! Wait, what?
Get out of my
I was
way.
like, only one?
Come and face me, Michel! So they've brought...
Apologies, Lord Michal. They fight like absolute madmen. No matter how much we throw at them, they just keep coming for more.
Okay.
So, it would seem like this.
Time to pay for everything you've...
You think I would? I will be buried in the sand alongside all.
Hey, wait!
What? What?
We were too late.
It's over. There's no. But if you're still
Hey, Dehya! I found the mechanism. I'll get you all back up here right away.
Let's go.
Why do I have an egg there? Sorry, like one of my tooth. That's like a bit of an ache when I put pressure on it. Ooh. We got it. Thank you. Activate. Elevator. She's so pretty.
Who are you filthy rats? And why are you always...
You caught.
Who knows? Hey, have you ever heard of a man...
This is your.
Hey, I said I don't know anything. If you're here to find someone, why don't you look through the records yourselves? Who can remember every name and face with so...
The irony. His life became a light for so many, yet to others. Where's the records room? Answer.
It's right over there. All the files are in there.
I mean the old records room.
The old records room? Kusela. Ah, yeah, Watch your mouth. That's our... He was definitely faking it. We all let our guard down as soon as we saw him come hobbling in. But in the short time it supposedly took him to take a dump, he'd already gotten away and started up. He couldn't have possibly outrun us if he wasn't a fraud. And after that, Deshret's relics fell into complete disarray.
Stop wasting our time. Every one of us here is perfectly aware. Tell me, where is the...
It's just over there. There's nothing left in there but ashes. No human could ever... Bashar, Tikriti, let's go. Spare them no mercy.
Father? We're gonna see his dead body or something.
So, this was his final destination. How did he do it? Getting past all the guards? If he was nimble enough to do that, then he must have been able to get out of here.
Dehya.
I'm sorry. I know it's just wishful thinking.
Is this a cane?
Oh shit.
It must be the one that Dehya's father used.
Kusela.
I mean, it would make
Thanks
sense if
for
I was him
everything,
and I had a
boss.
beating. I would be like, alright, I want to make myself appear
We're
weak.
fortunate
A
to
lot of
somehow
people
find
think
that
people
cane
with
after
canes
that
are
fire.
weak. That's why
Let's split up and look around some more.
Casbreaker
What if
faked
something
his
else has
limp.
been left behind?
But what else could survive a fire like that?
Ooh, cutscene. It's a sword? Alright, Lucian Malfoy.
Thought so.
Wait! Isn't that the toy sword you played with as a child?
The dragon is no more, for Princess Dehya has slain it. Its head now hangs above the city gates. Her bravery has brought eternal peace and prosperity to us all. Dehya, come on. This is the most important line.
If they say he got gray hair when she left, he has gray hair on that.
But Dehya, you defeated the dragon. Everyone's waiting for your speech. Still too shy, huh? All right, I'll do it. I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more.
Oh, how cute.
I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more, Dad.
Hey, we thought her dad was an evil person. The whole story was shared with the corpse of 30, which finally did an investigation in the name of restoring order. The members of Deshret's relics were brought. Motherfucker.
What's this?
We got all you some snacks and drinks on Paimon's tab.
Don't you remember? You asked Paimon what she would do if she were to wake up tomorrow with loads of money. And Paimon said that she would get boatloads of tasty snacks. You looked super confused at the time, but said it was an adorable thing to say. These opportunities don't come by often. So today, Paimon's gonna treat you to a special crash course on Paimon's life philosophy.
She really spends her allowance on other people. It's really my treat, but you get the point.
Hey, come on! Paimon's not that stingy. Anyway, the point is that you should
I'm like, so we beat up all the people and we give Paimon a percentage of her.
once you've gotten something in your tummy. Junior-san will also be here shortly. She's already heard that we're back.
Aw, thanks, you two. Honestly, this is very unlike me. I just had a lot on my mind on our way back, so
even though I
didn't know what to say.
Slept 8 hours.
My chest was filled with all kinds of intense emotions. They just shook me even more than all the feelings we've shared. But when everything came to an end, those emotions also vanished without a trace, and I was left feeling more empty than ever before. It was as if I'd lost the thing that was most important to me.
You lost your dad.
Yeah, you're right. To many mercenaries, Mora is the most important thing in the world. But perhaps to us, it's the most worthless thing of all. Idrisi and the others all used to say that they would quit if there was no Mora to be had. But when it came to avenging my father, there was no Mora to be made anywhere. My reality shattered when I found out that the father who always told me hero stories was in fact a bad guy. Despite all my promises about never forgiving him and never trying to understand him, I still went to such lengths to find out the truth, and nearly even shed tears for his sake. We're hypocrites. All of us.
You should never question your true feelings.
Yeah,
though.
you're right. It's just a pity that we often only recognize our true feelings after it's already too late.
You're back! Are all of you alright?
Yep.
Ah, there she is!
Having a date with your girlfriend.
Many people from the Corps of 30 came over, and I just wrapped up everything with my dad. Huh?
Paimon will explain.
Let's probably finish telling the story.
I'm sorry. I really should have controlled my emotions.
It's all right, my lady. You were hurt by all of this as well.
Dehya, your pain must be even worse. You shouldn't need to comfort me.
Hey, don't worry about me. If anything, my father probably thought that people could settle into new lives as long as they moved to a new environment. That thought has even crossed my mind a few times. It's like saying, what's wrong with adapting to a new life? However, there was always something deep within my mind that refused to, but now that I consider it again...
I understand how you feel.
That doesn't mean I won't be... It's just like Idrisi said. I also want to catch up to my father and become a character in his play, even if the ending of the story may be childish and ridiculous.
Isn't that neat, though? Oh, you'll be a... Why don't we go for a change of scenery once we finish eating?
Right. You said you wanted to get a rug for your family.
We'll come along, too.
It's always more fun when everyone's together.
I can't thank you enough for taking care of me this entire time.
Which direction is that? Okay. Ooh. No, I'll just keep them. I was like, now that we don't have to battle anymore, I'll just keep my characters. I just realized I have all Mondstadters besides my Traveler.
Oh, this rug here is quite something. The craftsmanship is exquisite. And the fabric...
Ah, here you are. Finally, I found you.
Hey! Aren't you that that mercenary who bit his tongue?
I
You can still talk.
was like, why is he talking
Wait.
strange?
Are you here to take revenge?
What are you talking about? Do I look like I could take you all in a fight? Once I woke up, when I got there, I found no one except...
Ah, so you probably got...
Yeah, they told me that they had exacted their revenge, and everyone... I had joined the cause to repay an old favor from Kusela. Now that everyone's already turned themselves in, I might as well do the same. One of the injured members gave this box to me, and told me that everything left in the camp will get confiscated, so I figured I should get this to you before the Corps could get their hands...
Thank you.
No worries. We are all just living our own truths. There's no need to comment or judge anyone for it.
So this box contains everything.
Well, back in the day, the first thing he did with any Mora was spend it on things like drinks and meat. But let's see what's inside. What's this? It's just a bunch of junk.
Perhaps it's just been...
A handwritten copy of a storybook. The papers, it was against the Academia's rules to possess books for personal use. If he was...
That probably means this was really
and here are a few bags of children's snacks. The packet...
Did he get those for you?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Even when I was a child, I was never a fan of these kinds of snacks. Who even leaves snacks in a box like this anyway? Forget it. Let me see what else is in here. A razor, some buttons, some round iron tile, a wool scarf, which from the looks of it probably belonged to a woman, and a hair clip? Why are I'm sorry, my lady, but this is just the kind of man he was. He probably saw this box as some kind of 2 empty liquor bottles. Tell me, you guys, are these the kinds of things that a normal person would leave behind?
What an interesting man.
Oh, you're right. All right, I got it out. It seems to be a piece of paper with some writing on it. The bottom part's all damaged from moisture, though. Let's hope the writing didn't smudge. I was suddenly seized with an urge to write a letter after finishing this bottle. I just folded it up and left it in the bottle, though. If I... To Dehya. It's a letter for me? It's all right. I'll just read it out. If you went to the trouble of writing a letter, there must...
My condition's becoming worse and worse. Can't even walk without a cane anymore, much less go out and have fun. If you're reading this letter, then I suppose I'm already long gone. You were adorable as a baby. Everyone loved you. And regardless of whether you were crying or laughing, everyone enjoyed having you in the group. But once you grew a bit older, you were no longer nearly as happy or cute. It's probably Idrisi's fault. He was never up to any good.
Can you believe this guy? He can...
Anyway, back to the point. To summarize, I'm writing this so you would know not to feel sad for me, even if you end up finding out the truth. The reason being that... I was never your father to begin with.
What?
Wait, what?
Surely, he must be joking, right?
I don't know.
I was quite formidable when I was young, and 100 times cooler than some so-called flame main. Really felt like the whole world was under my feet, with just a teeny tiny bit of effort. But as fate would have it, I went out into the desert for a drink one day, and discovered a baby in the sands. It was you. You were just lying there, small and helpless. You were so tiny that if the wind blew for just a little while longer, you would have been buried forever. But your cries were so loud they made my head hurt.
Son?
I told Idrisi and the others that I had slipped up with a woman while out and about. None of them even doubted me. I'm sorry that I had to lie to them for so long, but I really had no other choice. I was their most esteemed leader, after all. It's not like I could just tell them that I suddenly wanted to play at being a... Anyway, Dehya, you possess the kind of freedom and kindness that we could only dream of. As far as how you should live your life, that'll be up to you to decide.
I mean, I thought it was a little weird.
The end of
how
the
he
letter.
says, like, oh, I don't know who
In the
your
end,
mother is.
he was
But, like,
still
you're my
thinking
daughter.
of
Like,
me
that
as a
didn't make
little
sense. I'm like,
child.
what?
I suppose. Or I would have suffocated under the sand a long time ago.
He was a good father to you. The fact...
Yeah. It's just a pity that we had to learn the truth of everything like this.
Do you already have some ideas about the decision that he wanted you...
I do. If he first found me alone in the sands, then I want to try my hand at finding the person who abandoned me. I just have one wish. To tell them a story. That there once existed a childish and foolish jerk with a heart of gold. And that only under his care was I able to grow and mature into the person I am today.
If you end up finding any leads,
Go for you, but like you were found in the desert. I don't think you're. I don't think you're going to be able to find your mom.
Sure, I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting you to be so enthusiastic.
I also don't want to see his efforts go to waste. I don't want you to stop going.
I'll help too.
Thank you. All of you. My life has certainly had its twists and turns, but I've always considered myself lucky, because no matter where I've gone, I've always been surrounded by incredible kindness.
Aww. Lion's blood. How sweet. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Hold on, Romeo, don't get on my lap. Not yet. Oh, so we could, well, oh, where will your journey take you, traveler? Oh, that's cool. So obviously I have these still to do, but I also have no Archon quests. I still have to fucking finish these, which I'm bitter about because I thought I finished them, but turns out I didn't. There's more to the story. Anyway, I will end it off there. It was a nice little story quest. Now that I'm done with character quests and Archon quests, for now, I guess, like, my next life, I can't, oh my god, I mean, obviously there will be future ones, but, like, I've officially caught up after technically 2 years, which I found out I didn't technically start in the fall. I started because I found my first like screenshot I made, and that was actually 3 years ago. Pretty sure, like 2021 during the spring-ish time. Yeah, when I downloaded the game. So I'm gonna leave it off here. It was a nice live stream. I think, I don't know, honestly, what my next live stream will be about. Like, maybe it won't even be Genshin Impact. Maybe I'll finally continue with Life is Strange. I don't know. We'll see what it's gonna be like. We'll see you in the next one. So yeah, bye.